Welcome! We are going to make homemade guacamole. I've already chopped the onions into fine pieces, and now I'm going to chop the tomatoes. It is to taste on how fine you want something chopped. The onions, I don't like as much. I'm not big on fresh onions, but my husband and family are. Plus, I don't mind them in homemade guacamole. So I do these ahead of time, chop them to the size I want them, and then I'll set them aside. And now I'll take the avocado and clean them out. And I have two different ripenesses of avocado. And excuse the paint on my arm. Been painting. This avocado has been in my home for about 4 days. It's a little overripe, as you see by the brown spots. So I'm just going to pick the brown spots out of not that it will hurt you, and it doesn't taste worse. It just makes it look worse. So this, as you can see, is very soft, so I could just squeeze it right out of its skin. Here again, taking the brown spots out just so it doesn't look bad. It won't hurt you by no means. It just means it's overripe. Here, I only want to use the bottom part because the top part's really brown, and it's so ripe and soft, I can just rake it out, and that's what I'm doing. Now I have a few more avocado to choose from that I've just bought. So I'm going to see which one is the ripest, and usually the darkest and the softest is the ripest. It's this one. It's not nearly as ripe as the one I've just used. It's much firmer, but look at that beautiful green color. So here I'm just going to score it one way and twice the other way, and just by flipping the skin inside out, it pops right out because it's firmer than the other one, not quite as ripe. An avocado will ripe naturally just sitting on your counter. It will not ripen anymore if you put it in the refrigerator. But if it's not ripe when you buy it, it only takes a couple of days for it to get very ripe. And even though this one's not as ripe and a little firmer, it'll still mush up or smash up nicely. Now I'm going to add my liquid ingredients. So I take some Worcestershire sauce that I think's a must in a kitchen, sprinkle some of that on. As you see, it's not even a half a teaspoon. I take some garlic paste to taste. Some of you may like more garlic than others. I squirt a little bit of that on. And then Texas Pete. This is also optional. I like it to have a little bit of a kick, but not too spicy. And then, with all these ingredients, I will start mashing them together after I add the pepper. I love the taste of pepper, and it just adds something to it besides the Texas Pete. And then I will smash it with a fork, or mash it with a fork. I have any kind of choppers, electric chopper, to do this, but I just didn't want to mess them up, so I did it by hand. And I just keep mashing until it's creamy and the lumps are out. It is really, really that simple. And then I'll add my vegetables and stir those in. As you can well see. Now, as I start stirring these, I notice, oh Lord, I have too many onions. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pick some of those onions out. And the reason is because I didn't chop them as fine as I originally wanted them. So I'm just going to take a few of them out so it doesn't overpower what I have. But then I continue mixing. As you see, I'm doing that little chopping motion just to get the taste of the onions and the tomatoes mixed in with the avocado. And as soon as I have this mixed up very well, it is practically ready to serve. Guacamole is meant to be shared while cooking or before a meal.